So a lot of people ask us, why or what is different from our school compared to some of these other schools such as MATC or PDA and some of the other tech colleges. And the biggest thing that I would say that is the difference is that we have actual doctors that the students will work with. So we get them into the clinic quite early. We'll get them in typically around week 3, and we give them the opportunity at that point to interact with patients, to interact with other staff members, to learn the flow of the dental office. We have multiple dentists that work in the practice, so they'll get a feel between each dentist because not every dental office is the same.
We know that when they go out and look for a job, the dentist is going to ask, well, what kind of skills have you had? What have you done? Have you worked on patients? Do you know how to do fillings? Do you know how to do the certain procedures that most dentists need? Because that's what we ask for when we hire. I think that's what separates us most from MATC is those opportunities that they have to do that.
So one of the biggest questions that I get when assistants inquire if they can work here is that if we require experience, and the answer is yes, because it's really hard for us to train somebody who's never actually worked on a dental patient. Some of these other schools like MATC and PDA, they do not have the girls work on patients. They'll have them work on each other. They'll have them work with instructors that will pretend to be dentists, but they don't actually work with the dentist. They don't actually work on patients. We've had several girls that have come in and from some of these other schools and for a working interview, and when they sit down, we ask them to sit down with the patient, and they don't feel comfortable sitting down with the patient because they've never done that before. And it's a little hard to do a working interview with someone who actually doesn't feel comfortable sitting in a chair and working on a patient. We've had close to 100% placement with all of our students, and that is because we do get a lot of calls from dental offices that are looking for students that have clinical experience that we can place into their office.
The great thing about the dental profession in Utah right now is there's a huge demand for assistants. There are a big need, and we get lots of calls from dentists actually calling to see if we have any assistants that are trained and ready to go. And the great thing is they know what kind of school that we have, what we do to train them, and how prepared they are when they leave, that they can actually implement them right into their office.
There are a lot of openings for dental assisting. Statewide, we can have up to 300 openings. And so they're at least looking for someone who's been through a program, that's worked with a patient, that's had that experience in the office, that's been able to work with a dentist for a certain amount of hours so that they can then say, okay, this person actually has sat down with a patient and knows what they're doing.